We just went on an hour drive through the Colorado mountains to go visit a place that's a castle built by one man.
Largest like man-made, like single man-made like castle, and it's just out of like random stuff. So it's that guy right there. That's Jim Bishop. So that's Jim Bishop right there, the guy in the black shirt. But I believe it's him and his son who like single-handedly like built this thing over the past 30 or 40 years or so.
Trevor's telling me this guy feels like very strongly about certain things. So you heard it here, guys. You don't need a driver's license to drive. It's like a grown man's playground. It's like a little stairway up here that goes up here. Nicole's loving the dragon on top. Another really cool thing about this place is that the guy who built it actually refuses to charge people to come here. The government wants him to so they can like collect taxpayer money and stuff, but he's just a rad dude. Look at these stairs. Very tiny steps for big feet. He built all this metal framework himself as well. It's so crazy. They do weddings in here. So we're entering one of the towers where we'll climb up forever. The level of shakiness up here. Oh my gosh, dude, Trevor, this is what we gotta get into, man.
The castle building?
Yeah, no more drift car building. Let's build castles, man.
Imagine if you actually build it out of like non-roll cage tubing. No, it wouldn't be as shaky.
Yeah, we're well over 100 feet up here, and we're just swaying in the wind. I do not want to spend much time up here.
And this little bird cage thing, it actually rotates too.
Get out of here.
Yeah, it's on wheels. Like the not this, but the actual globe or whatever around it.
You wanna go up into that point?
I can't believe you can go up that too. It's absurd.
He started building this thing in 1969 when he was 15, and he bought it for like $450. Like
The land?
A plot of land, yeah. And he just started stacking rocks.
That's crazy. Check out the broken welds. Oh boy. Alberta, where are you at? Tower number 2. I need like a wide angle to do this place justice. Let's climb in the peak.
You should show how high we are.
I really can't until, you want me to go to the bottom real quick?
Look out.
That's what we were just on. Those are the cars down there. How you doing, Trev?
I'm not doing too bad. How about you?
Oh boy. I wish I had a GoPro so I could like super extendo arm and show you guys how gnarly this is.
160 feet above the ground.
I feel gifted. I feel very honored to be up here. Trevor had LTE up here, so I actually uploaded the video 160 feet up in a man-made castle. It's definitely a first.
It's a really sketchy man-made castle with all this random building.
All right,
Maybe
we
it
should.
works as an antenna.
I almost went down. Dude, look at that. I gotta watch where I walk. If any of you guys ever want to check this out, this is actually in Rye, New Hampshire, and it's awesome scenic. Oh, Colorado, my bad. But it's super cool scenic roads going up to it too.
It's in Santa Isabel.
Santa Isabel.
Santa Isabel.
If you could rent a rad sports car and take it up here, or if you have one, definitely recommend it.
Or motorcycle.
Or
There's
Mini
like tons
Cooper.
of people.
But be careful because there's a lot of fallen rock and we don't want to see you get hurt. Trevor's showing us one of his dirt bike trails that he likes to ride. Just kind of goes back and forth up the mountain.
Yeah, it's really awesome. Then you like get up above tree line, and then you can see like the Pueblo Reservoir, and I know it gets super rocky, and there's like a stream that's coming down the trail. I don't know. It's cool.
That's cool. We're driving by a skate park that we might check out later this week. Looks pretty sweet.
That'll be a message.
Yeah. Whipping the Motion Auto TV Saab. I got some tires that I want to get mounted. I got new fronts because my other ones are starting to show wire. I want to mount some new tires to those Cosmos wheels, and we got to get gas because there's no 93 around here. So we're gonna go buy some race gas.
It's hot.
And it smells like gas. Let's go.
I smell like baby formula.
I smell like tires that I want to get mounted. I had no idea Discount Tire mounts tires for $4 a piece if you don't have them balanced. Like, what? Isn't that absurd?
Not really cheap.
Yeah, like Connecticut, it was like 20-30 bucks a tire or something ridiculous. That's crazy.
If you have a fixed retainer and it comes like really loose and wiggly, what do I do? We're out of town, so my orthodontist is back home and I don't know what to do, but I don't want my teeth to shift, and I also don't want a wire poking me.
Race gas, here we come. Holy moly, Nicole. $380 on gas and gas containers. He said, don't get pulled over by the cops because they'll think we're terrorists with all the gas in our car. If you're curious, basically they sell 100 octane, they sell 91 octane here. So we did a blend of 91 and 100, which is effectively close to 95. Yeah, my car could be good on 93, so we could have done a little less. But I figured we might as well play it safe. I think it came out to like $4.80 a gallon, which isn't that crazy. Yes, you can use Octane Booster, but Octane Booster fouled my plugs before and it messed with my O2 sensors. I don't really trust it. Someone told me that it's like diesel fuel and it just makes it burn slower, but that doesn't sound good for my engine. So we got gas and no money. Twinning.
Except for he's aluminum.
Yeah, that's way nicer if that's actually aluminum. Kind of jealous. I think it's steel though. I think you just bought it off aluminumtrailer.com. Based on the sticker, this is aluminumtrailer.com.
Starbucks has us sold on these like tea infusion drinks.
Sounds so basic. Not you, just us in general. Always preaching Starbucks.
We just found out that Starbucks is actually inventing coffee ice cubes. So that way, when the ice melts, your coffee is still tasting like coffee.
At least we don't call it Starbs.
Is that a real thing?
Rack's all dry now and it came out so good. The difference with an actual paint gun compared to a spray can is crazy. I'm starting to get the new modified subframe up and just like attaching the engine mounts and attaching it to the frame. Dave is the real MVP behind this project. Dave, you gotta turn the camera on yourself real quick. Dave has been helping so much.
Hi.
Dave has a YouTube channel too. You guys should go check it out.
It's Roadbash TV.
You do a lot with the VR4.
240s as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Trevor's telling me you do a lot with those 3000 GTs.
Yeah, just recently.
Okay.
But
that's cool. Anyway, yeah, so he's been helping out so much with this, and you just tack welded the, what are they, the bolts for the subframe so they stop spinning?
Yeah, so it's like a little 2 bolts and they always strip out. So a good thing to do is to throw some tacks on them so you don't have to worry about when you undo your subframe. It's a pretty common problem that they break loose and then you have an issue taking them off.
Nicole's favorite thing about here is just playing with this little bunny. Oh, Nicole. Food smells so good. Carson, you cook all that delicious food? You cooking that food in your sleep? I'm gonna go ahead and put this out here that I'm honestly mad at Trevor that he's giving away this car. I think the fact that he's giving it away makes me want it even more. Even if I got 1 million entries to the raffle, I couldn't win because it would look rigged.
It would look rigged.
Yeah, I couldn't. So this car, I love it, but I can't have it. And I think that makes me want it more. So I came up with a plan that if someone wins it and doesn't want it, maybe we can buy it from them. Dude, because think about it with the Jay-Z, it's gonna be so sick.
It is. I'm not gonna want to give it away. It's already breaking my heart how it is, but it's gonna be fun though. I'm excited. Hopefully it makes somebody like a lot of people really happy to watch the build, and then one person super happy to win it.
Or super sad so they can sell it to Adam. I'm thinking about doing a color similar to this for the S15 because I love it so much. I really like the way that the purple is kind of copper as well. So I'm wondering if there's another color, maybe you guys can suggest it, that's similar, that is also kind of maybe like a dark red base that kind of changes to copper in the sun. Got the subframe and the rack all mounted up there. I'm just gonna rock the leaky one until we have time to find another. One of the things that's important to deal with though is the fact that before my tie rods were stock S13 length and I had the rack offset spacers with them. So without them, they're too short. So we picked up some really cheap Maxima inner tie rods that are pretty much the perfect length and they work. So gonna do that.
Dave had this paint laying around the shop. It's this like dimension, it's cream. The cream S13.
Look what it's perfect for. Touching up the little spots until I have time to respray the whole bumper. Stoked.
Yeah, looks good enough.
Yeah.
Hey, I like that shirt.
Thanks.
So it's close, but it'll
It'll look good from a distance.
Mm-hmm.
Better from a distance. We're using these toe plates real quick to do kind of a ghetto alignment, if you want to call it that. Basically, you just measure the distance from the back and the front, and that way you can correct any toe out, toe in, so long as the steering wheel is straight. To measure camber, what I do is I take something flat like this, put it up against the wheel, and then I use the little level on an iPhone and put it right here. Probably not perfect, but if it drives right.
That's the first time I've seen that. But he's teaching me something, I'm teaching him something.
Somehow the alignment was perfect. Kind of perfect. It had 0 toe out, and since we're going to be driving around town a little bit, we figured we're just going to leave it 0 toe out. He might do the same thing in his car, and then we'll 0 toe, and then we'll do a little bit of toe out when we get to the track, which is good for drifting. By the way, I guess I'll mention this now. We are going to the, what's the meet called?
It's the Nationwide Productions meet. So anybody who's from Colorado and is kind of into cars should know about like Nationwide Productions. They run huge car meets in Denver, like on Sunday nights.
You're watching this video on Sunday, so tonight we will be there. Come say what's up.
So just got back from the first test drive. So it doesn't have any of the shakes or shimmies like going in a straight line like it did. But when you turn left, it kind of has this weird wobble. to it.
So
So we
pulls to the right a little bit. So I think it's the caster. It looked a little off.
we did the finger test, and I could get 4 fingers, basically like right here on this side, pretty kind of loose, and then on this side, it was really tight. So that's our caster test. So as soon as you lay on the ground, we got these camel spiders here in Colorado. He was gonna get at them. Man, I hate these things.
After the adjustment, it definitely drives straighter, but it still does that weird shake thing.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up like when we get home or something and figure it out. It's super weird, and it's done it a little bit before on track, but never this much. Like, I turn the wheel
especially
to the
just
left,
driving straight, it shouldn't really do
it
that.
doesn't do it straight.
No, but when you're like just turning though, like when you're just driving normal, it should.
shaking like really vigorously.
Huh.
It's weird. I'll look it up. I mean, maybe it's something loose, but I know you guys like seeing the cars slide and not just us working on them. So this car's gonna go do some skids over there.
So hit that like button.
Do you care, Trevor?